All right, guys, this is MobileGamerNerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only run video. Yes, this is episode 52. Let's see where we are at. We've got 125 mystery shards. We've got 794 ancient shards. We're on our way to that 800 mark. We have 156 void shards. We have 13 primals and 56 sacreds. We actually did get another one, I think, from Clan Boss, so that's kind of nice. Fusion, nothing going on there. Fragment summons. We did get another piece for mod, so we got another, 70 years before we get that. So we're getting closer. Thea, we are at 66, so we're moving forward on that. I'm debating Quintus. I honestly, if it's open, I'll do videos for it, and we'll get pieces maybe, but I don't think that's going to happen for a very long time just because of the amount of work that's going to have to go into getting those pieces. Taya, we are about 13 pieces here. We're not really moving too far on that right now. The new rotation, I think, will start soon. We haven't been able to beat I haven't actually have focused. I've been very busy this week. It's been a very busy week, all right? Been very busy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on the channel too. So there's gonna be things happening. Either way, that's what we've been doing. So let's look around. Revenant Summon, I don't think we have anything here, so we're good there. All right, so let's go look at this login thing that's going on right now, this little event. All right, we've got the Adolin chase. Adelize. I don't know. It's from Sound of Music. I don't freaking remember what the hell he says. I just know it's a song and it's in my head. All right, so basically, let's look at this totally. All right, so we've got 14 days to log in. So another 2 days from the day that I'm recording this. By the time you guys see this, it'll still probably be day 5. But we do get her. All right, Chronicler Adelin, Adelin, whatever you want to say. I honestly don't care. All right, so everyone's going to get her. She's going to be free. I'll be honest, she looks cool. I mean, looks like someone punched her in the face. I mean, other than that, she is abused. I don't know if that's a good thing, but we've we've got her and we've got some skills. Now, her skills are pretty bad, from what I've seen, at least just from what I've read. Let's just really deep dive into them and see what she does. So she attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of transferring one random debuff from this champion to the target. All right, so she can transfer debuffs, and that's not terrible. Also has a 50% chance of stealing a random buff from the target. So basically, she's going to give you a debuff and steal a buff. That alone on an A1, I would say she's at least worth building for new players. If you already have heroes that can steal buffs and do things like that, I mean, who do we have that does that? We've got I forgot, honestly. I know we have Conqueror that can take your buffs away. We've got Ryan. We've got Gerda. There's a few other random rares that can do it also. I just don't use them. That's the thing. So, but having one hero that can do that ain't bad. So if you're going to use her literally just for that, I would just stack accuracy on her and kind of go with that. She restores 25% of each ally's destroyed max HP, then heals all allies by 25% of this champion's max HP. That makes this very useful. The fact that it's her HP. All right. That means you can stack accuracy and HP on her. She'll heal by a lot. All right. So, I mean, let's just say you can get her HP up. Let's just be reasonable, 60 to 80K. All right. So let's just say 60,000. All right. That means 25% of that. That's a 15,000 HP heal. You know what I mean? So that's actually not terrible. I mean, it's better than Valerie, who does, I think, 10 at max when I have her. So she's not that great. But yeah, I mean, this isn't a bad skill. It's not like it's, oh my God, this is the worst hero ever. And then you get another 10% heal and another 10% if you book her. So we're looking at 20% heal, all right, extra on top of this. It's a 45% heal. That's really good. Even at 60,000, you're talking like almost close to 30K HP she's going to be healing, all right? And then you get the cooldown down to 3. It's not terrible. Would I waste books on it? I don't know. But this one also increases her buff chance by 25. So you got a 75% chance of doing these things. Then we look at this. Has a 75% chance of placing a sleep debuff on a target for 1 turn. Yeah, exactly. Also has a 75% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff and a 50% decreased attack debuff on the target for 2 turns. All right, debuffs placed by this skill will ignore block debuffs buff. So, with that being said, the sleep is freaking useless, like literally garbage. All right, nobody cares. All right, maybe good for Sand Devil if you're really pushing Sand Devil, but it's on a 5-turn cooldown. Even if you get it down to 3, it's still not as good as Muckstalker. Literally, a legendary can't put someone to sleep as much as Muckstalker. So I would just use Muckstalker for that. However, The decreased speed and decreased attack is not bad. That's actually really good for some bosses. It's good for the Iron Twins tower. Like it's not she's not terrible, all right? She's bad, but she's not like, "Oh my god, the world's gonna end bad." If you're a new player and you just started the game, you can easily use this person. Even if you don't book her, I would probably say if you're gonna use her, you might as well book her, but it I don't know, I'm kinda tossing and turning right now. I don't really know what if I would book her. I mean, I would book her, to be honest, because I don't have books. I don't have a lot of Legos, you know what I mean? So if I was gonna use her, I would book her, but would I waste books on her over other heroes? No. You know what I mean? There's like Drex and all these other heroes you're going to get in the beginning. Syl, Yannicka, like all these other heroes are going to probably be way better. And you can easily do almost all the things that she does, which we'll talk about in a second. And then allies deal 3% more damage to targets for each debuff placed on them by this champion. So that means 3% for each debuff she places. So what does she place? So she basically can steal. I don't know if that counts. I would assume that counts if she takes a debuff from her and drops it on the enemy. That would be one. All right. Then here we've got nothing. It's just a heal. And then she's got two. I mean, sleep's stupid because you're gonna wake them up as soon as you hit them. So really, realistically, everyone's gonna do 9% more damage, which is 9% more damage that you weren't doing before. I mean, that's no small chunk of damage. Like in this game, 9% for the entire team, right? That's kind of crazy. Like that's actually not bad. So I would say that that's not terrible. Accuracy is 60. We have better ones. I mean, just tons of better ones. So now let's look at each skill and how you could not use her. All right. So this one, basically transferring one random debuff from this champion to the target, also has a 50% chance of stealing a random buff. All right. So let's just kind of back out for a second. All right. Ooh, close all this. Yeah. Champions. So let's look at Lock Wayne, who everyone can get from the fusion. What does he do? So he can attack one enemy and he steals a random buff. To be honest, the transferring of a debuff, it's good, but it's the stealing of a random buff that's probably way more important. Unless it's something like whatever. If you're like frozen, but then you won't get a turn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This is the more important part. So he can do that. All right. This one, he has a 25% of removing veils and perfect veils. All right, and he has a 75% chance of removing one random buff from all enemies. So yeah, that's good. And then he will ignore shield buffs and resets cooldown of his attack and blah 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 accuracy on for each buff on the enemy. So he's going to increase everyone's accuracy. He can remove buffs for basically everybody. He can remove veils. You know what I mean? Like this guy can easily be used as someone who does that. So you don't need the other ones. Gerda is a little bit further on down the road. If you have her, if you pulled her, she can actually remove. Where is it? This one. She has a chance of removing one random buff from all enemies. So there you go. We've also got Ryan, who's a little. He still takes a little bit of time to get, but is also where is Ryan? I forgot Ryan exists. Why do I not see Ryan? Here we go. All right, there we go. What does she do? What does she do? What does she do? Here we go. 75% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies. Like immediately better. Like it's just and has a 70% chance of putting a weaken. Like just ridiculously better. And these are all heroes that are already in the game. And I think this is probably why people are saying she's bad. But you remember these heroes take a while to get. Lockwayne you could get probably in the first month if you get lucky on the pulls and get the heroes to fuse them. You know what I mean? So he's probably the closest to being able to get someone. Now that you can fuse him, yeah, I would fuse him freaking almost as soon as if I had the heroes, I wouldn't even care about the heroes you use to fuse him. And funny enough, all the heroes you use to fuse him are actually really good rares, but I would still fuse him over them. So that's how good he is. I actually really liked him. If you can watch my little champion spotlight on him we did. I think it was like a week or two ago. He's really good. So that's skill one. All right, close this. That's the skill one. Let's go back in here. Miss Lady thing. All right. Restores 25% of allies' max HP and then heals all allies by 25% of this champion's HP. I don't even need to show you heroes in this one. I mean, you literally have blessings that can do this, that can restore max HP. All right. So if you have someone with a really high blessing who's a healer, just use that healer. Like, I mean, 25% is not bad. This is a good heal, but it's not good enough that I would be like, oh, we have to use her instead of another. Like, I would literally use a Veer over this. You know what I mean? I would put him in a blessing and give him the HP restore and just do that. It would be pretty much. I mean, it's not going to heal anywhere near as high as this, but it's going to be just as effective. And you get attack down, and you get speed up, and you get an awesome hero who can poison. He's just a great all around healer. I would put Valerie in over her because she can actually increase the duration of our buffs and the decrease the duration of debuffs. Who cares? Like, yeah, maybe in Hydra, like her skills work well in tandem together. So they work in Hydra, they work in Sand Devil. They'll work there, all right. But as far as just normal content, she's not that special, all right. The sleep, once again, we have Muckstalker. We don't need this. I would say Muckstalker's way better at sleeping the Sand Devil than she is. All right, unless you can get her in something that'll like maybe a reflex set that'll get her to do it more. I mean, whatever, it's all the same. An attack has a 75% chance of placing decreased speed debuff and a 50% decreased attack buff on the target, and it will also ignore block debuffs. This is honestly the only interesting part of this kill. This skit skit kill. I'm a mess today apparently. This is the only interesting part of this entire skill. Um, the fact that she can go right through block debuffs, because that's mainly the problem with some of these things is that, but it's only on it's on one person, it's on one target. So this is kind of a waste. We have decreased attack. We have Lamar who can do decreased attack on the entire team. You've got Avir who can do decreased attack on the entire team. Decreased speed. I mean, there's tons of heroes that do it. You've got what is it? I think Haikatun does it. You've got Yakaro who can do it. There's a bunch of rares that can do decreased speed. Like this is just a mixture of things, but it's on one target. If this was like all enemies, I could see this being a little bit better. And if it was an attack, like it just says, this is literally just doing debuffs. Like it's but this is why it's good for Sand Devil. Like, let me just, reiterate. This is great for Sand Devil because you're not attacking and you're placing all these debuffs. So for Sand Devil, yes, this is an amazing skill in that sense. You could use her instead of Muckstalker, but the problem is the sleep. So if anything, I would say they're both, you would have to use them both together. That way you can alternate between the sleeps. She can drop a bunch of debuffs. It would be hard to control when it's not on auto, though. You know what I mean? So you'd have to probably do it manually, but I feel like she will be good for Sand Devil. I think she's made for Sand Devil, but I mean, I doubt she's going to be as good as other heroes. All right. And then this skill, allies deal 3%. That's just awesome. Like, that's cool. I mean, it's more damage for everybody. There's nothing wrong with this. This is actually probably one of the better passives I've seen. And yeah, I would say it's awesome if she did way more debuffs, but figure if she can get up 4 debuffs on something, you'll do more damage. But at the same time, you're going to have your whole team putting up other debuffs, probably, if I had to guess. So she won't be able to really, unless you're only using her, like literally only her debuffs. Yeah, I mean, you could stack up to 10. It's conceivable. You could get this up to 30% damage. But how long is that going to take, and how long does it last? Maybe if you came up with a way to have her be the only debuffer in the entire fight, which means you can't use poisons, you can't use burns, you can't use all those other good things, you can't use weakens. You know what I mean? There's other things you won't be able to use. But if she's your sole debuffer and you get everybody just kind of attacking, and say you bring in somebody who can increase the duration of debuffs. All right, what is that? I think Dark Kale does that. Hell Freak. There's a couple heroes I think that do it. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure both of them have it. So if you have her put up all these debuffs, and then just have those heroes just constantly cycle the debuffs turn so that you get more turns on the debuffs, you're basically getting a 30% increase in damage, because there's no limit to this except for how many debuffs you can put on an enemy. So to be honest, there's some interesting stuff here, and I have a feeling that paired with the right heroes, I feel like this hero will end up becoming something a little bit better. Mainly because of something, and honestly, this skill is probably her main focus here, is that you could get her to do a ton of damage. Like, imagine her with like Hell Freak, Nut, and Dark Kale, whatever, and then your whatever healer, support healer. I mean, she's basically a support hero, but anybody else you need, just whoever your damage dealer is that you want to bring in. You could have within you know, a few rounds, honestly, you could have on a long boss with a lot of HP, you could be doing about 30% more damage to that boss and whooping his butt with someone like Nut. Um, or just any, really good damage deal. Like, I'd probably use her. My Nut would be really my Nut. My Nut would basically be what is it, Gwyneth, because she has the strongest single target attack on any of my heroes. And I mean, I've seen, like, we showed her and she did over 200k. So yeah, I've seen her do that, and she's not even built amazing. So once we get her in that 60 70k range, she's gonna be hitting for like 250 to 400k damage probably, and that's like being reasonable. So now imagine another 30% on top of that. Exactly, like there's she's not as bad as everyone's making her out to be. She's not great, and she's not going to be the best hero for a new player to build, because you're not really doing Sand Devil in the first 6 months. Who gives a crap? I don't even care about Sand Devil. I mean, I'm an exception, but most people don't give a crap about Sand Devil. So don't think she's going to be like this number one hero that you're going to get, but she's not bad. And don't dismiss her and don't just throw her away. Don't feed her. Don't do anything dumb like that. Get her leveled up, get her to 60, give her some gear, get her some speed and some HP and accuracy, and see how she handles herself first. Because, like I said, I'm not building her. I'm just giving you an idea of what she could be used for, and I think there's definitely some room here to play with her. So don't think that don't just put her in the vault and forget about her. I think you're going to be happy that you build her and get her to 60 eventually. Oh, it's a mask. I thought she was getting beat up by somebody. I was like, this is a terrible hero. It's a little mask. She actually looks better here than in the actual picture. This actually looks kind of cool. Like if she was more detailed, oops, she'd be cool. So now basically with this event, and we've said this before, I mean, most of these events are garbage and they're just grinds and they're crap. This one specifically is not bad. I mean, it's actually one of the best, if not the best, kind of like just one-off event that they've ever had. If I'm being completely honest, because everything else requires so much time and energy and all this other crap. This you literally just log in for 14 days and you're gonna get a 2-star soul on her. All right, you get your hero and you get some crap. Like who cares? Like whatever. You get 3 days experience. You get a key. Like whatever. It's garbage, but who cares? It's stuff that you can use. It's all stuff you're gonna use. 100 energy is good. 50 auto battles is good. 50k is garbage, but it's good. Not bad. You get a key, you get experience, you get gems, and then you get the soul. There you go. You already got a 2-star soul on a legendary that you didn't even have before, and it's free just for playing the damn game. So this part is really cool. This part, surprisingly enough, is not bad. You need 1,050 points. Now, if this is correct, you're going to get points for doing everything. All right, and that's what it looks like. It looks like so you're going to do your clan boss figure twice a day if you're like me. If you're one of those people who does it 4 times a day, you're going to get 20 points a day from this. All right. And then from here, arena, figure you can get 20 points from there. All right. If you do 10 fights in a day, which you can do more than that. Faction wars, you're going to get 2. I would assume this means for each run that you do. I don't know if this changes or if this increases based on the level that you're doing, like other things. If it's not, then I would just farm stage 1 and just do stage 1 the entire time and get 2 points. So I would say check that first before you start going crazy. And then Dungeons and Campaign, you get 1 point. I easily do like 100 or 200 of these in a day. Like literally, like just to level heroes and when I'm doing a new 6-star, easily per day. All right. So these points are going to stack up real quick. And there's no reason to rush. Like just check how many days it is. What is it going to be, a week? Because it's 14 days and then you get another, I would assume 7 days to do this, that's what I'm assuming. So figure 7 days. That's not bad. Look at this. It's 1,000 points. What do you need to do? Less than 150 a day? That's nothing. That's like no points. You're going to be able to do this easily if you just play the damn game. That's it. You just play the game all day and you're going to get all this free crap. You're going to get a 5-star soul on her. And I think just having that alone is worth it building her because you're going to have the 5-star and that's good for the rooms in the city because you're going to need to do some fights where you need to have blessings on your heroes. And then some of the other bosses like what is it, Shogun and like you do more damage, take less damage based on your blessing. So yes. So what I'm saying here is that she's not the best hero in the world, but she's worth building. All right, that's all I'm saying. Worth building. So there you go. That's the Adolin chase, and that's my opinion on it. It's like I said. It's not. I wish it was a better hero. I really do wish it was a better hero, but this is still good. All right. It's a step in the correct direction. It's not an event that requires tons of summoning. Like this is an event that every person, if you just started the game and you have never played the game before, you can complete this. And that is what they've been missing from Raid. Like this is the kind of stuff that I would support Raid for if they do crap like this more often. It doesn't have to be every time. I get it. They got to make their money and they got to get their summons and whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm never going to spend money, but that's me. But for the vast majority of people who are constantly being punched in the face by Raid, I think this kind of stuff once in a while, even like twice a year or 3 times, you just start doing little things like this where you can get, because this isn't going to change the game. She's not going to change the game. I mean, to be honest, they could do this with a rare void. Like it could literally be like, oh, here, get whatever. You can get who's the best one? Cold Heart. Like do this event for Cold Heart. Literally, that right there would be amazing for new players. Getting a Cold Heart and all this stuff, and maybe even just whatever, even a 3-star. I don't care. Even a 3-star blessing on her. that would be a good way to kind of say, hey, community, we're giving you things that people who don't spend a lot of money, or people who can't spend a lot of money, or people who just don't have the time to grind these things out can actually do them. And I think if they continue to do this, they're going to get a little more of a better reaction from their community. I think that's a good idea. So that's just my opinion on this. That's where I'm at on it. It's cool. I don't have a problem with it. It's great. All right. So that's all the stuff about the new Adolin chase. That was 20 minutes of her, and I think that's a lot. So let's go through just where we're at. We're just going to touch base. We haven't really been doing much, so it's fine. We'll keep this video a little bit shorter. I mean, shorter is 20 minutes at this point, but yeah. All right. So basically, what we've been doing. So we're working on, at this point, I believe. All right, so we did Gerda, right? We did the video on Gerda. She's actually really cool. We love her. As far as in here, we've done Lochwain, we've done Gwyneth, so they've gotten their stuff finished. I think all my epics are actually, we're getting a lot of epics, by the way. We're like getting up there on the epics. Look at this. We got what was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18. We've got 19 epics level already, and now we're about to finish 20, which we'll show you now. Rares, I think we finished everyone. I think there's no one left that has to be built at this point that's in my main roster. Yeah, because we finished. All right, so yeah, we finished Torix. He's done. Skills are max. We got the extra book. Yeah, we got a book from, I think, one of the events, I think. And then masteries are all completely done, so he's finished. Oh, that's right. We didn't do the video on my boy. Where is he? The one that no one builds. This guy. All right, so he's all done, I think, right? Did we finish his masteries? Yeah, we finished his masteries, and his skills are maxed. Yeah, so he's done. So we're gonna now I'm gonna work on him for a little bit. I want to see what we can do to make him good, because I don't want to just throw a video out just because he's maxed. So he might take a little bit to do a video for, but he is maxed. So we've got Torture Helm settled and ready to go. At least I have a new orc to kind of help me out in faction wars, even though it's not. I mean, whatever. He's a tank. He takes hits. That's what he's there for. That's literally what I'm going to use him for. I may put him in a shield set. We'll see how it goes. And then we've got, so like I said, Torix is done. We did our video on Mother Superior, so we're going to have to do some leveling and get some more heroes popping out pretty soon, I think. And then everybody else is here. Yeah, we're working on getting Skullsworn done. I think we have a few left, right? Yeah, we have a reasonable amount left. One? No, we only have like six more copies we need of him, and then we're done with him. And then all of the campaign heroes will be maxed skills. Not levels, just skills. So there we go. And then now we're working on Lady Erish. We did put a set on her. I kind of worked it as best as I could. It's not perfect right now. This is where she is at level 50. She's got 23,000 HP, 2,500 attack. I love saying that. Defense is 1,000. Speed is 185. That's going to go up once we start, giving her some glyphs and things. So we'll get it over 200. Her crit rate's 87. That's reasonable. Crit damage is kind of crap. It's 116, but whatever. Resistance is 88, and accuracy is 186. But once again, we haven't maxed all of her gear, and we don't have the final piece here, which may end up being accuracy. I'm not really sure, but she's kind of badass looking. She's cool. I haven't really seen her do anything yet because she's not fast enough to beat my campaign farmer. So she only pops in to do a hit here and there. And we did start working on Gwyneth a little bit more, starting to do some like little tweaks to her kit. Nothing like crazy, but we've been putting some like stuff on her. We got her up another like maybe 1,500 power. Got her some speed. She's actually not doing bad now. Yeah, she's at 198. So we're trying to get that speed up. I think most of this is kind of, there's not much I can really do outside of find some better gear, because her gear isn't terrible, but it's not like, oh, it's not my favorite. I definitely would like to get her up there. Let's look at her stats real quick. I'd like to get her. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. So there we go. I would like to optimally get her attack. We're gonna have to get. I want to get the blessing. That's the first thing. So we're gonna put it on the wish list. But I would love to get this up to like 5,000, and then get this somewhere in that 250 to 300 range. That's what we're pushing for, and we want to get her speed up around 250. Like that's my goal for her. All right. Accuracy is not super important on her. She's got a weekend, but I just put accuracy on it. We could conceivably just say screw it and switch this out for an attack piece. It's something I'm considering. I'm not against it. I don't even know if I have one, to be honest. Yeah, we have accuracy. Yeah, we don't have one. So we could always do some adjusting on this, and maybe we can upgrade it. Let me see, upgrade. I don't even need an HP one. Can we rework it? No, we don't. We don't have it. Oh well, that's sad. We can rework a couple other ones. I may even just buy some pieces from the shop. We'll see how I feel about it. But yeah, we're definitely going to be working with Gwyneth and getting her into some teams. And I would like to get her. Look at this. She's 45k power, and we don't even have. We're not even We're not even there yet. Like I would love to see her at like 60 or 70k power with just insane damage. I'm really looking forward to seeing a 600k hit from her, and I really do think we can get there. Especially if we take out this retaliation shit, it's garbage, and this too. Well, I want to get her in like some savage, she's gonna be probably the first hero that I legitimately go hard on and build. Like I want to really find gear for her that really matches her, and try to get all 6-star gear, and then switch it out. So that's her future right now, and I think she's going to be a sick damage dealer for just popping out easy content and bosses and campaign farming. So yeah, I feel like she might even be good for Nightmare campaign. We'll see how that goes. I doubt it, but you never know. So yeah, I mean that's really all we've been doing. We've been leveling. We did get another level in here, so we have these 2 to level 6. We're working on them up to level 7 now. So hopefully we'll get those done. I popped into Live Arena for a little bit. It wasn't very interesting. We haven't really gotten anything from this new fusion. The fragment summons, as you can see, whereas we don't even have her in here. That's how much we've been paying attention to it. So I haven't really been doing much there. They did have a few events that I was getting free stuff from, like Artifact Enhancement. I think we got a few pieces from. There was nothing crazy here. Yeah, we haven't even touched it. This one. We did the last one. I think this one just popped, right? Who cares? Yeah, 2 days it ends. So we've gotten a little bit from some of this stuff. Honestly, I have been so busy. I've not been able to really touch up most of this. Like, look at this. We have 6 hours. I'll probably put this on auto so I can get this book. That's really the only thing I need from it. I forgot that was even there. See, I'm glad we do these videos. Sometimes you have to just kind of say, okay, let's go in there and do some leveling. But yeah, I mean, we're pushing through on Cursed City right now. This is hard mode. So we beat the first area here. This guy was giving me a little bit of trouble, so I just kind of skipped him for now. We may go back to him, but we're working our way through in here. I'm going to try and get whatever I can on hard mode, and then we'll just focus on normal mode. As far as Doom Tower, like I said, I'm kind of still stuck on. Whoop, there we go. We're still kind of stuck here. I could try. We have 5 days left. I've been so busy with other heroes and doing other stuff and leveling. It's just like, yeah. And actually, I was just doing masteries literally for like all weekend because I didn't had no time to play the game. And whenever I have no time, I just auto freaking masteries. Like that's the best thing to do when you don't have time to play the game. Is just auto the crap out of masteries. It's very easy to do. But I would say that's your best bet. So yeah, I mean that's really all we've been doing. I just wanted to touch base for today's video and kind of go through the new event and just kind of give you my opinion of what's happening with this new hero and if it's something that you guys are interested in building. Like I said, don't put all your resources into her. Don't start pouring books into her when you get her. Just level her up, get her to 60, and that's it. If you're just starting the game, to be honest, you could use her in place of someone like Valerie. She's not an exact replica, but she's got a better heal. So she's going to be way more effective just at level 50 than Valerie's going to be to you until you get her to 60. It's just she's a healer and it's somebody else to use. That's really it. So don't put her away. I would say a shield set would be great for her. If you have bolster, put her in bolster maybe to get some, to use her a little bit more effectively, but really, you just need accuracy, speed, and health on the girl, and just go from there. She doesn't. Her attacks are useless. I don't think she even attacks anybody. Right? She really just does a bunch of garbage. So you don't even need attack on her. Really, just that's it. Literally HP, speed, and that's it. Nothing else. You don't need anything else. HP, speed, accuracy. 3 things. You could throw some defense on her if you want to. That's not important. I would just go all HP. I would build her like I built freaking what's his name, Master Butcher. So, yep, that's it for today. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, I'm sure there's going to be people that hate her and they're going to say she sucks and that no one likes her. And I get it. It happens. But you know what? Once again, this channel is about using heroes that suck and making them better. So for her, I don't think she's the worst hero we've ever seen. I definitely don't think she's going to be the worst hero that we will ever see. And she's definitely better than even some of the heroes on my team right now. So yeah, I would use her over some of my other heroes. I would use her over, Mother Superior. So there's one hero that she's better than. And even that could be subjective depending on her shield heal. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Leave a comment, let me know, and like, share, subscribe. It's great for the channel. We're on the 2000 road to 2000. Hopefully you guys are having fun and enjoying the videos. I'm going to try to get out some new stuff. We are going to be working with Eternal Evolution coming up soon. I'm going to do some videos with them for a little bit and see if we can get something going with them. And God's Raid is still on the map, so we're working forward on that. And I'll probably be doing a video on some of the updates to the channel, and that way you guys know what's going on. All right, so yeah, that's it. This is the new event and the fun free Lego that everyone's going to get. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.